How's everyone doing? I just got a Blu-ray mail day. 8 pickups right here. Just came in, and if you've seen these movies, definitely let me know what you think of them. And there's one TV show, so if you've seen that as well, let me know. There's a good mixture in here, but mostly horror. First up is For a Good Time Call. I saw a trailer for this, and it looked pretty funny, and I thought the actresses were decently attractive, so I was like, why not? I found it for a reasonable price. Good supporting cast in here. Justin Long is the best friend. It's basically about 2 girls that move in together that kind of hate each other because of an incident that happened in college, which is a very funny scene. But they decide to start up their own sex phone hotline to pay the bills. And it actually works out really well. It was way raunchier than I was expecting. Of course, with that concept, I was thinking it would be, but I thought it would be more lighthearted. But it gets kind of dirty and dark, and the Kevin Smith cameo, priceless. That cameo was hilarious. But this is actually a lot of fun, way better than I was expecting it to be, and way dirtier as well. But it worked out very well, and oh, the actresses are both stunning. I definitely prefer the blonde actress in here. There are certain scenes where, you know, she was the one that was kind of the more risque one, but I love the twist with her character as well. I thought that had some good heart to it. It has different relationship aspects in it as well, and some good emotional honesty. And it was a fun movie overall, and I would definitely recommend checking that one out. It's a good sex comedy movie. Next up from Scream Factory, killing it. Actually, the next 2 from Scream Factory, I had to pick both of them up. The Tales from the Crypt presents Bordello of Blood and Demon Knight. Now, I watched both of these as a kid. I haven't seen them in probably at least a decade. Bordello of Blood is one I used to catch all the time, I think, on HBO. And it was cheesy, but very entertaining, and I love the heck out of this one. Great cast in here. Great cast in both of these, in fact. Dennis Miller, Erica Eleniak, Angie Everhart, Corey Feldman, and you also have a few other recognizable people in here, Chris Sarandon, but again, it has the reversible artwork, which this is the artwork that I remember seeing all the time. A bunch of good special features in here as well. Nice slip cover right there. And I'll go ahead and show you the Blu-ray disc. And it's basically quite as it seems. It starts off with them resurrecting Lilith, this queen vampire, and she comes back and has a bordello and lures in guys and creates more vampire prostitutes, essentially. And Corey Feldman gets sucked in, and Erica Eleniak, who's very Christian, hires Dennis Miller, a private investigator, to find him, and he finds out about the Bordello of Blood, and he's trying to bring down the vampires, and Angie Everhart is stunning, as is Erica Eleniak. The ending was one that it's been so long since I've seen it that I didn't really remember the ending part to it, but still, a lot of cheesy horror fun right there. And the Crypt Keeper, of course, also wrapping around. Same thing with this one, the Crypt Keeper wrapping around. Demon Knight is such a fantastic, underrated movie, I've always felt. And again, nice slipcover right here. Fantastic cast. Billy Zane was awesome as like the head demon character. He wasn't quite the devil, but he was like one of the devil's main henchmen, essentially. William Sadler, a bunch of other recognizable people, Jada Pinkett Smith, Thomas Hayden Church, a whole bunch of people that you'll recognize that have been in a bunch of different movies. And basically it's about Billy Zane's character, who's this demon collector trying to get this ancient key with blood in it, and if he gets this, he'll take over the world, essentially. So it's a, you know, forces of good versus evil, and he has these demon creatures that are pretty creepy, and he can kind of possess the different characters as well if you know, they're influenced enough by him. So plays up the morality factor, and William Sadler was really good here. And they all get trapped into this big like hotel / boarding house too, and they have to kind of fight to survive until daybreak. But this is the classic artwork that I remember, and I'll go ahead and show you the disc artwork right there. So happy to see this get a Blu-ray release. Such an underrated film, and a bunch of special features in here too. Great release from Scream Factory. Next up is Pieces. This one did not come with the puzzle. The puzzle set was, I think, only limited to 3,000, the first 3,000 that got them. But this is still a 3-disc set right here, 2 Blu-rays and then a CD. This movie is definitely campy and cult. There's certain scenes that just make no sense, like the kung fu teacher out of nowhere. That scene always is like, what? And then there's a couple scenes here and there where the effects aren't that great. There's a scene where somebody's getting a knife through the head, and you see before the knife goes through, the knife goes off to the side. That is, you know, a plastic knife or whatever. Like, you can do a little bit better with the editing here, but there's a ton of special features in here. It includes 2 versions of the film, 83-minute original US theatrical version, and then you've got the original uncensored director's cut, which is 86 minutes, and it's presented in Spanish with the original score. And it's a new 4K transfers, audio commentary, the 42nd Street Memories, all new feature-length documentary containing interviews with a bunch of different people. Tons of, you got the bonus CD again, which is the original soundtrack album, newly remastered from the original studio tapes, and a whole bunch of other goodies. It's region-free, great release from Grindhouse Releasing. There's the slipcase right there, and then here is the soundtrack right there, original motion picture soundtrack on CD. And then here is the Blu-ray right there. And you've got the 2 Blu-ray discs. And you can see some of the special, or you can see some of the scenes from the movie right there. There's another scene right there, that crotch grab scene. I'm like, what? But one of the parts that I really enjoyed about this was the beginning with the kid. You know, it reminds me so much of a scene from Nightmares as well. I really love that scene. There's got to be a collection of crazy kids killing their parents in horror movies. That would be definitely up there. And this character too, the groundskeeper, he was really weird. And, but yeah, this is definitely a campy cult movie. So if you're a fan of it, I think you'll definitely love the heck out of this release. It's a cheesy slasher, some good gore. I wish there would have been more backstory with the killer's character. You know right off the bat it's one of 2 characters. But again, I wish they would delve a little bit more in it. But it's, you know, entertaining ride. It's them terrorizing this college, and it's set in Boston. It starts from the beginning with the little kid killing the mother because she finds him putting together a puzzle of a naked lady, and she flips out, and he wields the axe, and then it skips 40 years later, where girls are being killed. And the killer is essentially taking body parts from the different girls that he kills and tries to put them together like a puzzle piece and create a girl a la Frankenhooker, and many other different movies with that same aspect. Blood Diner's done it. A bunch of different movies have done that kind of concept. But again, he uses the chainsaw a lot. And there's a little quote right here: "The best chainsaw flick since the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Splatter City, 4 stars. This is Joe Bob Briggs. Man, do I miss him." It's exactly what you think it is. You don't have to go to Texas for a chainsaw massacre. Sleazy, cheesy 80s slasher, gory fun right there. Next up are 4 Arrow Video UK releases. These are all Region B, so you'll need a region-free player. First up is Waking Life, Richard Linklater. This is one of the few ones that doesn't have a Blu-ray release. Actually, I think Before Sunrise and Before Sunset don't have a Blu-ray release yet. I think maybe they'll do a complete trilogy. Well, this one technically has some of the characters in there as well from those, so maybe they'll do a box set. That would be great, Richard Linklater box set. But he's done so many great films. Slacker is a personal favorite of mine, and Criterion Collection did a great release for that. And Arrow Video, to me, I always say it's one of the best companies out there releasing. It's like a combination of Criterion Collection and Shout Factory, Scream Factory, because they have a lot of cult titles. But this is a very surreal movie, Waking Life. It's the rotoscope animation, them basically walking and talking stream of consciousness, and there's a lot of existentialism and talking about life and relationships and things like that. You got Julie Delphi and Ethan Hawke in here, Steven Soderbergh, Adam Goldberg, a bunch of well-known people. And really, one of the things, again, I love about Arrow is great transfers, tons of special features, complete package for collectors too. You got the clear case, newly commissioned artwork, reversible artwork, disc artwork. There's the Blu-ray and DVD combo, and then there's the original artwork right there. So you can switch it around. I like the new artwork myself just because it's a little bit different and unique. And then you get, you know, advertisement for more Arrow Video releases, but you also get a booklet in here too, which is something I always appreciate. And if you're a fan of the film, there's always a lot of information and scenes and going over all the people involved with it. So fantastic. Waking Life on Blu-ray, Richard Linklater. Let me know what your favorite Richard Linklater film is. Next up is Mario Bava's $5 for an August Moon, which is kind of a play on Agatha Christie's 10 Little Indians, which is kind of a notorious thing because of the original name of Agatha Christie's book. And let me know what your favorite Mario Bava film. Classic director right there, and this is a giallo set on a private island and people start getting murdered. I saw parts of this, but I never saw the full thing, so I'm looking forward to checking this out in its entirety. And a ton of special features in there as well, and newly commissioned artwork. There is the Blu-ray disc, the DVD disc, the old school artwork right there. And I'll go ahead and show you just a quick look at the booklet right there. And I love that they have all that information in there. And once I do view all of these, I'll do a proper update when I go more in depth and review them and give them the love that they deserve. And next up is a TV show from the director of Everest. This is Trapped, complete season 1. Now, I haven't seen this, haven't heard anything about it, but I was drawn in because I love movies and TV shows with a snowy setting. And the synopsis reminds me a bit of the Stephen King Storm of the Century movie. And it's about a ferry carrying 300 passengers from Denmark pulls into an Icelandic small town. Heavy snow begins to fall, and they can't leave until the storm passes, and then a dead body comes up on shore, and they're trying to figure out who the killer is. The killer's trapped among them. So it's a lot of tension and mystery there. 510 minutes, 3 discs on here. It's Icelandic language, subtitles of course. So I'm looking forward to checking this one out. Again, I love snowy settings and murder mysteries and things like that. So there's disc 1, disc 2, and disc 3. And there is a booklet right there going over the contents and talking about it as well. So I appreciate, even with, you know, TV shows, they have a little booklet in there for you. So this is a great release again with all their information that's included. And I can't wait to check this one out. Next up is a Steelbook, which this is a film that I freaking love, Takashi Miike's Audition. Takashi Miike has done so many films, such an eclectic variety and mixture, and this has a ton of special features. Let me know what your favorite Takashi Miike film is. Audition would be high up there for me, as well as Ishi the Killer. But he has a whole bunch of great ones. But this one, fantastic performance from the lead actor. It's just a really creepy, atmospheric, and crazy film. Psychosexual craziness going on. Again, a lot of special features on the back. Little slip right there. There's the back right there. And there's the front. There is the disc artwork. That's the Blu-ray. And I'll go ahead and reveal the artwork underneath as well. There's another advertisement for more movies. And there's a booklet right there. And I'll go ahead and show you some of the booklet. And then here is the DVD disc right there. And here is the interior artwork. Really nice steelbook for a great film. So there you go. There are my 8 pickups right there. If you've seen these movies or TV show, definitely let me know what you think of it. Leave me a comment or a video response down below. Hope everyone's doing well. Take care.